Scout Week 2 Complete Guide. That's exactly what this video is going to be about. We are catching up on the Scouts. I know that everyone was busy with the DLC, getting the Catalyst Mask, getting all the Hunters done. But it's now, I think it's now time to catch up on the Year 7 Season 1 content. And to do so, we need to catch up on the Scouts. So I just did a Week 1 guide, and this is going to be your Week 2. And then once we are done with the third week, we should be able to catch up and do these every single reset day. So looking forward to that. But without further ado, here is your Week 2 guide. And now we have Black Tusk Bunkers. Here we go. What's going on, YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. So sit back, relax, grab that popcorn. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. But that's right, in these Scouts, we are getting different collectibles, and they all seem to be Manny and Schaefer's conversation that they are having upstairs, which is pretty funny because we've been wondering what's going on. And it seems every week we'll get a little more of a snippet of their conversation upstairs to, connect all of the dots story-wise. So what we learned last week, in Week 1, was that the doctor that Kelso took out was a dirty doctor. He purposefully put Schaefer in that coma and was keeping him in that state for Natalia Sokolova and the Black Tusk. That way he could stay in a coma until they capture him, and then they could wake him back up. That way he doesn't spill the beans to the division. And well, Kelso found that out. She took out the doctor, and then Schaefer woke up after she, woke him up. Now with that, Kelso disappeared because it made Kelso look really dirty, the way that she did that to the doctor. But once Schaefer started talking to Manny, we found out that that doctor was, working for the Black Tusk and was actually, a double agent. Now this week, for Week 2's guide, we have more of that Schaefer and Manny conversation. And this time he's giving more information about the Diamond Network, the Black Tusk, Natalia Sokolova, and how deep her, reach is, I guess. Because now we're talking about Black Tusk bunkers that are everywhere, and that her resources are basically unlimited. So instead of just trying to wipe them all out, we just need to shut down their service, their network, shut down the Diamond Network. That way they have nothing to use against us. Pretty cool, right? We're going to jump into all of that, and I'll show you exactly how to complete the Week 2 guide. So with all that said and done, you know the whole spiel. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. Now, looking at your manhunt, we are now at Week 2, and the 3 activities are actually very easy. So the first one is you just sell 10 items to the campus vendor. Doesn't matter. You can even buy the items from the campus vendor and then sell them back to the campus vendor. Just as long as you sell them to the campus vendor, you're good to go. Next up, for activity number 2, you just have to retake 2 control points. It could be in Downtown West, Constitution Hall, Foggy Bottom, West End, or West Potomac Park. Basically anywhere west of the White House. So any of these areas take over 2 control points. And in today's video, I take over the Toxic Alley and Haunted Mansion. Now for the third activity, pretty easy. All you have to do is donate resources to those control points. So what I did is I took over the 2 control points. I did not donate any resources to them. And then once I got to this activity number 3, I then went back to those 2 control point officers, and then I was able to complete this in seconds. So that's how you do the Week 2 Scout. Pretty easy, right? Sell items, take over 2 control points, and then donate resources to those control points. Now, we're not really here for the Scout, right? We want more of that story. We want more of that, goodness. So what you do is you go over to your collectibles, go to comms, scroll down to your Manhunt Crossroads, and once you finish Week 2, you will have your second comm. Here we go.
They're everywhere, but not like everywhere. No, it's not like Kerman's. There isn't a black tusk bunker on every corner, but less than a day's walk to a safe house, half a day's drive between bunkers. You've got a helo you can get from one to the other in an hour or two, depending on weather conditions, but you need a landing site, or can jump in. How do we compete with that? You don't. That's why we were trying to shut them down. The Diamond Network. Yeah, we take down the network, we take out the bunkers and all of Nat's tech.
Booyah. So that's exactly what I guess this season is leading up to, is that not only did we take out Calvin McManus's Hunters in Brooklyn, but now we're trying to take out the Diamond Network and take down Natalia Sokolova and the Black Tusk. Pretty cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave you with the gameplay for Week 2 Scout and my initial reaction and conversation about that collectible whenever we first heard it. So I hope you enjoy, and I hope to see you in the next Scout Guide. But that's it for me. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out and roll that footage. Bia! Week 2 Scouts. Let's check it out. So right now we're at 9%, and we are now into Week 2. So it says first up, focus on the areas west of the White House. The campus settlement is our first line of defense, okay? So first up, for activity number 1, help the campus vendor get their hands on some new gear. Let's see this. So that's 10 items, campus vendor. All right, so what I'm going to do is pick up 10 items. So, oh, that's expensive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good measure. And then it said go to the campus vendor. So I'm assuming you're just selling 10 items. I mean, these scouts have been unique this season, and it's a nice, refreshing take. I do enjoy it. So here we go. Run over here to the campus.
Greetings, Agent.
Greetings, agents. And boom, sell.
I am well stocked.
There we go.
Pleasure to do business.
All right, so activity number 1 is now done for Week 2. Now let's check out the next one. So for activity 2, it says we need to gain more control in the areas west of the White House. All right, so 0 out of 2. Control areas. So I'm guessing that's going to be control points. So let me take over to control points really quick, and let's check it out. There we go. So by editing magic, I am now on my second control point really quick. And we're about to be done. Pretty easy. Now for the second activity for Week 2 of the Scouts, it is 2 control points west of Washington, D.C. And there we go. We just completed it. Scout activity complete. Haunted house captured. So what I did is I took over the toxic alley, and then I went down south and I took out the haunted mansion. So now we are at activity number 3, and it says ensure that our footholds west of the White House are stocked up 150. So that means control point officers. So go over to your control point officer and donate 150 in supplies or resources, what have you. There we go. And then that should do that. Booyah. There it is. And that is Week 2 of our Scout. And we should have a new collectible. There it is, the bunker. Okay, so we'll check that out. All right, let's listen to the bunker. Go to collectibles, and we should be comm number 2. Yep, there we go. And, well, listen up, everybody.
black tusk bunker on every corner, but less than a day's walk to a safe house, half a day's drive between bunkers. You've got a helo you can get from one to the other in an hour or two, depending on weather conditions, but you need a landing site, or can jump in. How do we compete with that? You don't. That's why we were trying to shut them down. The Diamond Network. Yeah, we take down the network, we take out the bunkers and all of Nat's tech. They're everywhere, but not like everywhere, everywhere. No, it's not like Kerman's. There isn't a black tusk bunker on every corner, but less than a day's walk to a safe house, half a day's drive between bunkers. You've got a helo you can get from one to the other in an hour or two, depending on weather conditions, but you need a landing site, or can jump in. How do we compete with that? You don't. That's why we were trying to shut them down. The Diamond Network. Yeah, we take down the network, we take out the bunkers and all of Nat's tech.
All right. So I did that twice just so that we could, absorb it. So there are underground black tusk bunkers everywhere, apparently, or at least within 2 hours of a helicopter ride. Now, right off the bat, we already know about a black tusk bunker here in DC. So this one right here. So this is the Black Tusk Bunker classified assignment. So this is like one of my favorite missions in the entire game. And it's a really cool, like James Bond looking Black Tusk bunker. It is really cool. I dig it a lot. But they're saying that those bunkers are everywhere, and it's because of Natalia Sokolova's resources. She runs the Black Tusk. She runs the Diamond Network. Now, also the Diamond Network, that's what we're trying to take down. That is the Black Tusk AI, their helper, basically. Where we have Isaac, right, for the Shade Network, and the Rogues have Anna, and so do the Hunters. But the Black Tusk, they have a AI that doesn't talk to them. It's just the Diamond Network, to where it helps them in their skills and all of their, abilities, but it does not actually talk and help them like that, the way that, the Shade Network or, the Rogue Network does. But all right, not too shabby. That's week number 2, and we're already heading into week number 3, so it looks like we are finally all caught up after that DLC where we were very busy with the Hunters, but now we are in full swing of things. So our next scout should catch us up, and then we'll start doing them once a week. But that was your complete week 2 scout guide with the collectible. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. I'm Kamikazevondoom. Peace out.